tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronize, look now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every charge, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronize, slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Gold and silver have final bosses, Bowser style. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Bowser style, they've got some final bosses. We'll take a look at those. And we'll... Have you seen Bitcoin this morning in the last 1 hour? Oh my goodness, we're going to check it out live. We'll do Bitcoin, crypto, precious metals, all that stuff. Give me a chart request too. If you have one, I want to know what it is, and I might do it live on air with you right now. If you're watching this on the replay, sorry, you'll have to use the time codes to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, hot damn, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, live from Melbourne in Australia, going out on YouTube and on X simultaneously. Speaking of simultaneously, grab your tasty beverage. We do the synchronized slurp. Ooh, something slightly different. A synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. You must slurp it. It's the whole thing, okay? We don't want to copy other people who do slightly different but slightly less good versions of this. This is the synchronized slurp. Do the audible slurp. Do it for the GMS gang. Do it for yourself. Do it for the world. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That was random. I am Joe Main, a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. Been a store person and a social media guy for a long time. I served thousands of customers in my time in the retail bullion industry. I've given gold, I've handed over kilo bars of gold to people, kilo bars of silver, small things, large things, the whole deal for many, many years in the Australian bullion industry, over 3 major bullion dealers. You may recognize my face. You may recognize my voice, quite possibly. Epic unboxings, all that kind of stuff. You know the companies that I've worked for. And now I do this week daily live show, and I speak to my amazing GMS family. Let's do some shout outs, then we'll get to the stuff of the day. Okay, Neil, good to see you, my friend. Gerald, good morning, Joe. A fellow smart diversified collectors of decentralized assets, from apples to zapatos. Everything you need is preparation was key. Dry powder collection time. Sure, let's go with that. Mark, Florida, have the amazing Joe on in the background. Thank you, but unable to pay full attention. Ha! Behave yourself, Mr. Joe. I shall never do that. Sinos, Fishing Adventures. Good morning, Stackers. Finally have a morning to myself to sit down and watch a live from start to finish. Good on you, my friend. Strapped in with my morning coffee ready to go. As many people know, I have my morning coffee literally the first thing when I wake up. have a little shot of coffee, and then I have a big glass of water with a whole bunch of customized electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, sodium. It's all custom poured and stuff like that. Then I go back to sleep if I can, or I snooze for a bit, and then bing! Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Stackers. And now I'm sipping non-fluoridated water straight from my gravity filter. Let's see. So XPR and XPR is one to watch. Okay, XPR, good to know. Thank you. No problem. David Smith, GMS, he says, Pete Repeat is here. Hi, everyone. He says, morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Well, I will be a fly on the wall. Good on you, my friend. I truly appreciate yours and others' insights in the crypto world. I am learning much. Yeah, we love the stuff, Gerald. Good stuff. Kick bottom dollar. That's great. The faucets will be moving. Okay. Hey, gang, says Jason Rosana. Good to see you, my friend. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Mastering the markets. Why would you not want to master the markets? Masteringthemarkets.com. You'll hear a little bit more from those wonderful people. Let's do it. Gold and silver have some final bosses to get over, but looking interesting both here. Let's take a look at the prices, then we'll do some platinum and some other precious metals and get your chart requests in. Then we'll do crypto and everything as well. So let's go to the show as such. Am I on the right thing? Is the sharing the screen? Yeah, that's good. Let's share the screen, brah. This is gold on the, I'll show you on the 4 hour, I would prefer to. Here we go. 4 hour time frame priced in US dollars, 3,394. Yeah, I just find it so damn fascinating. Okay. Fibonacci is just amazing to me. Again, whether it is a magical thing because who knows, we live in a simulation and it just follows these very set rules. So people have figured it out. Or whether it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy thing because a lot of people, a lot of big traders, the whales maybe believe, the big time people, the institutional traders believe that Fibonacci is a thing. So they place their trades accordingly. So that's a self-fulfilling prophecy and it just takes the prices to those areas. I don't know and I don't care. I just find it bloody fascinating from this high and this low. We did say that we needed to crack through about 3,390 US dollars in order to say the party might be continuing. Okay, now we've cracked through it and we found exact resistance at the 0.786. That's at 3,440 US dollars roughly. I've talked many times. I love getting above the 0.618. That is good. It's not always the kicker, okay? It's not always the one that's the final, and onwards and upwards we go. I have found sometimes that the 0.786 can be the point where we do a dead cat bounce, okay? A dead cat bounce meaning you come up to a high, you come back down to a low, it starts getting back up to the high and everyone goes, we're back! And then it fakes you out either usually here or here, okay? So as long as we hold above here, I'm good. So let's hold that $3,390 area roughly. And yeah, so far so good. We just need to see that break. Do that. Okay. And then we're golden. I mean, it's so obvious if you break here, then you're going to go to here. Okay. But that's the key level, 3,440. That's Bowser style. That is gold's final boss before a new all-time high. Now, what we do after that new, if we get there and if we have a new all-time high, what we do from there, I don't know, is this, and we'll zoom out a bit and I'll get rid of a couple of things here for you. Let me get rid of all that. Cool. What we do from there, I don't know. Okay, could this be continuing the trend and just onwards and upwards we go? Here is, I don't necessarily believe that would be the case. Okay, but here is gold on the weekly time frame. Okay, you can see back here, $2,000. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, bought in there, had that massive move, great to see. We haven't broken the all-time high yet. Again, we found that resistance there at 3,440. On the relative strength index, we're still in the bearish divergence. So that hasn't, I wouldn't say that's invalidated itself yet. Number go up, relative strength index go down, or the current or the oscillator that you're using. So there is a big divergence there. Good to see it above that level that we've been talking about. not out of the woods just yet. That's my short answer. You can easily sort of tick over here, but you could even go higher, okay? But even if you go higher, what I need to see is what is the relative strength index doing, okay? So if we have pick a number, okay? And we're all spitballing here, right? But let's just say you top out at a certain area. I don't know. Let's say the next weekly spike is a little bit higher, okay? Could be a little bit lower. Who knows, right? Just pick a point. I'm just spitballing, right? But if we see the following, and this is a lesson to all of you. This is a lesson to all of you. If it does not climb above here, okay, that is not a continuation of the trend, okay? It needs to climb above this trend line, okay, right there. If it doesn't, that is still, let me move that for you, that is still on a downward trend, okay? So if you do something like that, you come up to there, and that ticks over, okay, not good, okay? Yes, you would have a new all-time high, but this would still be a valid bearish divergence, okay? That's all I'm saying. So yeah, we could see a potential new all-time high, but it doesn't mean we're going to continue up on the run. Doesn't mean we're not. Okay, let's take a look at the opposite direction. And let's go to no, I don't want you. I want you. Good. Let's take it out to the monthly. Okay, monthly time frame. Here's a positive. The monthly is actually still confirming. So it's still in convergence, I would say. So the most recent kind of decent monthly high was right here. And then you've got this one here. So look, that's actually potentially still onwards and upwards, okay? So number go up and the relative strength index on the monthly time frame is still in the upward direction. So that's actually a convergence, so a potential continuation of the trend. However, of course, as we've said for a while, we're extremely overvalued for gold at the moment, okay? And it doesn't spend a lot of time in that, it doesn't spend forever there. It can spend a decent amount of time there, but look at that, once, twice, we're higher. Look where we are on the monthly. We're pretty up there, okay? Let me get rid of you. We're getting up there, okay? So you can spend a bit more time up there. So you could see slightly higher highs. But again, around this area, I don't think, for example, this is the move to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, all that kind of stuff. I do still think we heading down eventually, okay, maybe over the next couple of months, 3 months. I think there's going to be a period of consolidation before the next big run, okay, and that's the next big run will take us to 8,000, 10,000, all that kind of jazz, okay, but this is just quite overextended for the moment. Could I be wrong? Yes. Would I be happy to be wrong? Yes, because that's good news for all stackers, right? I guess, look, on the quarterly time frame, here's the case for the quarterly, though. Quarterly, it's just in extremely overvalued. And again, you can spend much time in there and creep higher and higher and higher before you tick over. So I could be completely wrong on this. And what would make me wrong? I would say that weekly, again, that weekly thing here where we talked about right there, sort of closing above that downtrend line would be good, okay? Closing above there, that would just say, okay, continuation of the trend. That is gold, but its final boss at the moment, that's $3,440 US level right there, and so far it is below it. Cool, that is gold. Let me go to our old friend silver. Let's take a look at silver's final boss. Silver's final boss is higher, and I'm talking about the final boss before a new all-time high. Many of you have seen this a million times before. This might be for the newcomers. Welcome to all the new subscribers overnight as well. Nearly 1,600 subscribers on YouTube, 3,600 followers on X. Subscribe to stay updated and follow all that jazz. We have the final boss is $35. So I've been harping on it, but just in case, final boss is $35. After we break $35 and hold it, it is smooth sailing basically to $50. And then after $50, you're pretty much smooth sailing to brand new all-time highs, okay, in silver. But it was good to see on the 4 hour. And it did the exact same thing that gold did, okay? This high and this low broke through that 61.8 area and found basically exact resistance at the 0.786. So you could call that the mini boss, Okay, you could call that the Kupkas. Is that what they were called in Mario Brothers? The Kupkas, the Kupkas. I think it was the turtles. They're the little mini bosses, and then you got Bowser, the big boss, at 35 USD. So do that, clear that. Oh, chef's kiss, as we all know, and let's just stay above here at about $32.50, which interestingly was a big level of resistance. $32.50. Can't remember where it was, but it was right there. So do that preferably. Don't do that preferably. That is silver, final boss, 35 before. Basically new all-time highs, absolutely guaranteed in not necessarily 2025, but in the coming years. I'm pretty much 100% certain, as you know, of new all-time highs in silver. I'm in silver. I stack it, and high triple digits. We're talking up to maybe even $700 silver in 10, 20 years' time. If that larger pattern plays out, I'm not going to bore you with that at the moment. Platinum. So that was your final bosses for platinum, for final bosses for gold and silver. Here's platinum. This is looking very interesting. Had a nice move, $986. Well, that hasn't happened, so we can get rid of that. That hasn't happened. I'm getting rid of that for now. Okay, looks like we are potentially onwards and upwards. We've just got what's platinum's final boss? Before, I wouldn't say before a new all-time high, because the all-time high is way higher. Okay, so final boss before some new highs coming. It's just around about here. Obvious there. 1007. Crack through there. Do that. Great. And then we're up to this area here on platinum. Looking good. Looking good. But as you know, platinum is my fickle mistress. It is like Lucy in the football. It constantly teases me and says, yes, Charlie Brown, I promise I won't take the football from out of you, and then it does, okay? But that's what happens in an accumulation time period. It just goes up and down, and it just annoys everyone. Oh, we're going to... Oh, no, we're not. Oh, we're going to... Oh, no, we're not. And then when it does, does it, okay? So that's what we need to see. And breaking around about that 1100 mark, where does that coincide with roughly my final hurdle, my previous final hurdle, which I don't know if I'll keep anymore, because I had a good chat with, ASX Trader on the channel, and he was talking about the Fibonacci from this high and this low. I've been taking it from here at 750. Maybe it's the wrong area, but I just find this to line up so well. Could be completely wrong, but I'm going to keep it. Isn't that interesting? It's around about that $1,115, $1,120 level. I like that personally. So yeah, you crack above there. That is go time for platinum, and then we'll talk all-time highs later on down the track in years to come. Okay, and we're talking, $2,300 when we're at about less than 1,000 at the moment. Cool. Platinum will have its time in the sun versus gold and versus silver as well. Gold's going, silver will follow, platinum will follow after that. It's in accumulation mode. Buy the thing that's in accumulation mode rather than gold, which has already, had its thing. If you want a dollar cost average in gold, go for it. But if you want to potentially increase your gold holdings over time, platinum might be one to have a look at. As I said in a recent video, platinum is dying. That's why you should buy it. It's dying in relation to gold. Okay, the platinum to gold ratio. Anyway, buy platinum if you don't want to buy anything else. Yeah, that's all the precious metals. Let's take a quick look at rhodium. I am still tracking the price of rhodium, and I will be potentially in rhodium if when we crack above here at about 680, 700 US dollars. So far, so good. Bounced basically almost exactly off the 0.618. We bounced off here, and we just need to climb above there. That would be good. Climb above there, and then we're pretty much smooth sailing. See that point right there? Pick it. It could be a little bit further over. Rhodium, do not buy the physical rhodium. It's a pain in the ass to buy. It costs you a lot of money, too many premiums, and the buyback rates are terrible. But once you break this downtrend line here, which might coincide roughly with here, that is really smooth sailing for rhodium. And your next kind of major level for rhodium, out of interest, let's do that. Let's take it from this high and assuming this low. Yeah, it's up in this zone right here. So right there is the next area of major resistance because you have buyers here, and those will be some to contend with. You have a bunch of sellers here. So yeah, you'd see some resistance here potentially as well. That's at around about 1200. Now, that's not 1200 spot price rhodium because this is a 1/10 of the price tracker. It's basically the only way you can get into rhodium for a decent price and not having to deal with premiums and all that. It is XRH0 on the London Stock Exchange. I'm watching it. When that crosses there, I'm probably in, and yeah, unless there's other things that are better to be in. So I'm not just going to be in it because the price is going up. Is it better to be in something else which is going to give me a better risk to reward? Sure, but I am tracking rhodium. You might want to consider following me to stay updated with rhodium. Gold to silver ratio is still around your 100 mark. Nothing saying it's definitely going higher. Nothing saying it's definitely going lower at this stage. The Australian dollar, however, remember we talked about that? It is continuing to weaken against the US dollar. Cool. Continuing to weaken and, continuing to strengthen. My apologies. Weaken is going down, strengthen is going up. But that means our dollar-denominated assets are not performing as well in the Australian dollar currency. But yeah, watch out for around about 66 as your level of potential resistance, right about there. Yeah, that's... Will I do palladium? No, could not be bothered. Let's go back and we'll do some comments, etc. But first, speaking of gold and precious metals, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Why? Free shipping when you have over 20 or more items. They ship out very, very quickly, by the way. If you've been having some trouble with shipping times from other bullion dealers recently, don't stress, just buy from Perth Bullion Exchange because you'll get it for free if you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. And it's also, sometimes it's overnight delivery. If you pay, it doesn't happen every single time, but a lot of the time, if you order on a Monday, you pay by a certain time on a Monday, because they're in Perth, right? They're a few hours behind, particularly if you're on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. You could actually get it shipped same day, free delivery, sign-on delivery, express delivery. Many people have said, I ordered on Wednesday, I got it the next day. Like, come on, man. And I had it shipped for free because I had 20 more items in my shopping cart. perthbullion.com.au. I had the biggest smile on my face, and it seems like it's facetious. It's not. Why are they not part of your bullion dealer network? They should be. You should be basically checking Perth Bullion Exchange first before you check any of the other bullion dealers. Because if you can find stuff on Perth Bullion Exchange's website for cheaper somewhere else at the major bullion dealers, they'll just price match it. perthbullion.com.au. The thing sells itself. Do you want to be a better investor? Yes, you do. Of course you do. So maybe head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, Australian-owned, operated, run educational program teaching you how to be a better investor. A couple of different ways. You can do their 10-week foundational course. You learn about Dow theory principles and technical analysis foundations, and that's just if you just want to be just a better investor in general, because it's not just about technical analysis. You learn just about the big macro stuff, about cycles and all this kind of stuff. That's very important to learn, just a general investor, okay? Or do you want to potentially become a proper pro trader, or even just get even better at your day-to-day, amateur investing? Hey, consider the year-long comprehensive program, Mastering the Markets, okay? A whole year. Of course, all of this costs money, right? Well worth it. I am planning on doing the 12-month, the half-year intake for the 12-month course. Okay, that's starting in July. That's my plan, and it's been my plan. Do you want to fund my plan? Please give me a super chat. Fund my course, please. That would be lovely. Because if you help me, that'll help you. And if you don't want to do a course, that's okay. Just be part of the Mastering the Markets Academy. There's a free version, which you get all the public stuff, okay? You get some public stuff there, but if you do the paid version, you get all this stuff, the educator calls, all the general chats, all the members charts, all this other amazing stuff, all the educators' own charts that they're looking at that they post, multiple times a day. Here, I just saw this. This has changed market structure. This is in bullish divergence. This is blah, blah, blah. Oh, watch out for this one. One's a bit bearish. All that stuff, right? Stocks, crypto, precious metals, any asset whatsoever, they do. Okay, here's the educator call coming up. So ASX Trader, as you know, does amazing stuff on his public channel on YouTube. He does 2 weekly private Zoom calls, okay, where you can jump on or you can watch it after the fact. And on a Sunday, he does just a market scan of the week coming up. On a Wednesday, he takes your tickers. So he just jumps on and goes, all right, what are the tickers? All right, tell me, what do you want me to look at? This, great. Here's what I see. I'm looking forward to that today. That's at midday, I think it is. So I'm looking forward to that. I will be jumping on while I'm in transit to somewhere. And yeah. Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, the Academy. It does cost you money. I'll put a link below to the sign-up page for the monthly subscription to the Academy. Or, once again, take a look at their courses. It's just amazing. Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Let's go to some comments, and then we will get back to some crypto. I've also taken a small trade in a crypto, which I may have mentioned on X, which if you saw that post. And I'll show you what that is in just a second. Let's go back to some comments. Then let's do our regular crypto analysis as well. Remember the 5th of November, but also remember to hit the like button. That does help me with the algorithm. Please and thank you. Hello, everybody. Mr. Reluctant is here. Good to see you, my friend. Grab a seat and time to make a few choices. Focus on one thing you love and interest, something in DeFi, real-world assets, or some sort of pay system. Just friendly advice I would give my youngest brother. Yeah, it's good to stick with a couple of sectors. Don't go too crazy and don't be in too much stuff because your head goes, I can't watch all of these things. Okay, so yeah, don't be in too much stuff. Pick your best few and stick with those. Okay. That's great advice. I do agree. GMS, hello, happy people, says, Knackers O'Reilly, Keystone Coppers. That's funny. Let's see. Good morning, Stackers. When putting your own money in stocks, do you purely use technical analysis, chart analysis, or do you research company technicals such as PE ratio before actually pulling the trigger? Sometimes it's just technical because sometimes it's just a trade. But if it's fundamental, if it's I'm holding this for the longer term, it's like, well, why am I holding this for the longer term? So yes, I do look at things like that. What is the company? What sector is it in? All that stuff. But if it's just, a short-term trade like day or a few days, something like that, I'm saying, that's some bullish divergence there. That probably heads up to there. You'll still want to look at what the company and what it does, but you're not doing a deep dive into the core and the CEO and the thing and all that stuff. But for the fundamentals, yes. Having said all this, I've basically never been in a stock. Well, there was one a long time ago, which I did actually not too bad on. I think it was an oil exploration company like 10 years ago when I was total amateur. I was just like, buy button, this looks good. But I basically haven't been in a stock for a long term. No, I've been precious metals, man. I've been precious metals and crypto, but not stocks. So when I get into that, Tesla, for example, I will be getting into Tesla at the right time, but I know a lot about the fundamentals of Tesla. I will look deeper into its earnings and this and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I haven't. But I will be. Yeah. So when I'm holding stocks for a longer term, then I'll do that. But I'll be buying things like probably SIL, as in the silver miners stocks. I'm going to be getting into the silver mining stocks. And probably the silver miners ETF rather than individual stocks. I probably have a little smattering of those, but maybe the SIL. And I just know the SIL is just the general silver mining stocks. So you're just limiting your risk there. Okay. So I don't need to know about every individual company and its PE ratios and this. I just need to know, okay, well, there's a point where silver miners highly outperform the physical silver. So I'll just dump some of my stuff into the SIL, okay? But short answer is I will be when I do that. Does that help? Good. You mentioned platinum 5 times and Neil arrives. Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. Let's see. As long as it wasn't for the cat's or yard, I know you did something in there. I don't know what that is. So, I do agree. Perth Bullion Exchange has been fantastic. I'm on the East Coast, North Queensland, and it's usually, oh, that's good. So you're outside of the regular kind of network, okay? And it's usually 3 to 4 days at my door. Amazing. And even if you don't get the free shipping, their shipping prices are good. I do agree. Completely agree with that. US friends have it easier, yet not taught about precious metals. Oh, us? Okay. Joe, maybe we can talk and I can buy 1% of your company and tokenize it. Ooh. Send me an email, as per usual, Gerald. New platinum mining stock. What's a new platinum mining stock, Neil? Are you telling me, oh, NSA. Oh, it's a new platinum mining stock. Cool. All right, good to know. I will come back to that one. Let's go to crypto, etc. Let's see what's happening with good old Kryptonium. Wow, okay, cool, yeah. As we're back up. Good. All right, let's just see. Daily time frame. Let's get that. Oh, Nelly. All right. This is interesting. Ooh, not yet. All right, here we go. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame price in US dollars, 96,795. Quick move. So, on the 4-hour time frame, what did we notice? We noticed a slight bullish divergence, at least on the 4-hour. We failed to come down to this area here, which if that had been broken, bang, down we go. We saw a lower, oh, did we? No, because we're using the spikes. If we're using the closes, if you were using the spikes, you would have noticed that, okay, and then you would have noticed this, okay, that's a bullish divergence. But could we have said that on the, yeah, actually we could have said that on the closes as well, because apparently you're supposed to really use the closes rather than the spikes. We could have said here on the 4-hour, see that to that close, and you've seen that to that, okay? So that was a bit of a bullish divergence right there. Anyway, slightly lower low, higher low on there, and then you've seen this rocket back up through the $96,000 area, which is very preferable that we are above. Okay, so it's good so far. Are we out of the woods? I really would want to see it clear there at that 98,000. That would be preferable. Do bear in mind, we have had this bearish divergence. That may be the full play out. We could be really good here. It could be good, but I just can't say it just yet because we haven't broken through here on the relative strength index. I'll check the OBV as well. Right here, you haven't broken through that yet. I would say if you break through there, oh yeah, okay. And this is on the daily time frame. That's good. You break there, good news, okay? Good news, everyone, right? That's good. You do that, good. Then we're heading up probably onwards and upwards to the previous all-time high. What we do there, I don't know, okay? Watch out for double tops. Watch out for you got to watch out for a 2021 style thing, okay? Slightly higher high, and then we tick over. You've got to be very careful with that, okay? So don't get too excited now. It's great to see it back above 96, but just still be wary, people. So that's Bitcoin. Just hold that 96 area, please, and thanks. Otherwise, is it a fake out of a fake out? Bad news, and then you'd be heading down to at least that sort of $88,000, $89,000 area. Cool, so far, so good, but please be cautious. Others, interesting, we have swept the low, okay, it looks like potential, not confirmed, potential inverse head and shoulders playing out. Did we tap the 618 on the fib from this high and this low? We did not. We didn't tap the get away, people. We didn't tap the 618. We've so far found resistance at, sorry, I'm taking it from the wrong high and the wrong low. I mean to take it from here. Let me get rid of you. And let me show that. It's from this low and this high. And I do think we tapped it. Yeah, basically, we came down to about 216, 217 billion. I like the spike, but we're not out of the woods just yet. Is this a potential inverse head and shoulders playing out? Quite possibly. That's why I do have my breakout level right here. You break that. That is absolutely golden. Been saying this yesterday, so repeating myself. Break that. Watch there. Watch there for a 25% move, probably roughly in the general crypto market, which means individual cryptos would probably be going higher than that, higher than 25%. I did show you some alerts that I have for specific crypto for yesterday, one of them of which I have taken a small trade, very small trade, and I'm going to take the risk on it. So I have just gotten into GRT. Why did I do that? Because I like the setup. I'm going against some rules here, okay? I did say I was wanting to wait to a breakout of there, so then to confirm, this thing, confirm that, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then break there, looking good for a move, cool, great. But I decided to take a position here. Why? A couple of reasons, let me show you. Number one, and this doesn't confirm it, right? Doesn't confirm. This is the graph, okay? Right there and there. It swept for me the 0.5 Fibonacci right there from this low and this high. Came down and a nice little spike. Doesn't mean it's out of the woods, okay? If I take it from here, and then if I take it from here, from this low, that's a swoop of the 0.618, which is the area that you're happy to come down to, but you don't want to see that close. So I'm going to tell you right now, if we start closing below here at around about 0.87, so 8.7 cents, then I'll probably just cut my small loss and be out, because that would signal, oh yeah, maybe not. And then further downwards we go. I'm just taking the bet, a small one, that this is the sweep low, and then we head onwards and upwards from here. So I've taken the position. What am I looking at for confirmation? Obviously a break of there. I will definitely keep the trade in if we break there. What would be a potential rejection? So if this is the low from here, okay, then we go here to here, and I need to see it clear this little zone here. Need to see it clear through there, and then we good, bro. So there's a little bit of buying, if I pop this on the 4 hour, you'll see a bit of trapped money here. You can see that very clearly right about there. Okay, so that's at this area at the 0.5. Clear through there and clear through that 9.9 cent level. Okay, and then I would say, okay, we're looking very good for a test of here. That would mean quite likely it would be taken out. I'd imagine it would. That's a very good setup. Left shoulder, head, inverse head and shoulder. That would be a great pattern. And then we're set up for a potential higher move. Now, my higher move on here, let me get rid of you. Is up to bare minimum, I would say, this area of trapped money here. That's at the 0.236 from this high and this low. So that's at around about 13 cents. So I'll take the trade from here to what, 50% move? Yeah, sure. I will watch what it does very carefully here, and I will have in probably my take profit zone, probably back here. So if we did something like this, if we did this and we reject here, I will be watching for a support level here. If it does that, that, and that, then I'm getting out, okay? And I'm getting out in slight profit, okay? That's why I'm happy to take the risk right here, and then, I'll lose a tiny little bit if it does break down through here. Cool? So that's what I'm doing. And then there's the potential. Let's see what happens if that does. Okay. That again in the graph, we have a potential higher move of up to, I'd say, anywhere between, I've got a 100% move probably, or the next area of trapped money is at, that's a 135% move for me, that would be, because I've taken the small trade. All this trapped money in here, I think would be a decent area of resistance. I think if you got up to here, you got some buyers here, but I think mainly all the trapped money is here. I think you would get to the middle of this zone, so up to the 0.5 level, And then we've just got to see what happens from there. The smart thing to do would be, obviously, and this is what I will do, I will take my initial investment out on a doubling of my money. Okay, so that means I've recouped my initial investment, and then whatever happens from there, it's gravy, baby. Free ride. That's what you want to do. So yeah, that's my plan. In here, out here, watch here, and then, yeah, half of my profit, take initial investment out at 100%, and then hopefully the rest of crypto is doing its thing and I'll just ride it. So that is my current The Graph play. Anything else I want to talk about for crypto? I almost took, and luckily I didn't, I almost took a short trade on Fartcoin right here, but it was a liquidity grab, it seems. This is Fartcoin. Yeah, it's called Fartcoin. Ugh. Here is the 4 hour. It broke. Now, why do prices break support or break resistance? They do it for one of two things. It's either to continue the trend or to grab liquidity. So far, it grabbed the liquidity and said, haha, sucked in, biatches. You thought I was going to continue down. No, I'm just going to grab your stop losses here and fake you out. So Fartcoin, I luckily didn't take the trade on that. Yeah, didn't take the short. Don't know what Fartcoin's going to do on the daily time frame. This is if you're interested in a random coin called Fartcoin. On the, yeah, you had that bearish divergence playing out, higher high, flattening or a lower high on the relative strength index that we've seen that move down. I don't know what to tell you for Fartcoin. No idea. Anything else? Someone wanted me to look at a specific chart request. Do I have anything else? Let's see what old friend XRP is doing just for a second. XRP, the crossover crypto, found exact support, still at that $2.07 mark. That's the key Fibonacci from the old school, old high and old low. Old high, old low, Fibonacci playing out very nicely. So it's holding there. Gee, what do you know? It found support, 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 spike, close above, spike, close above, spike, close above, and we're still above it. So again, it's the power of Fibonacci, man. Again, it's from the old high back in 2017, right? The high in 2018, and the lows of 2020, that's still respecting. So it's very detailed there. I know it's annoying. If I pop that on the weekly time frame, you'll see that much better. $2.10 still being respected. Okay, as long as that's respected, you can say a move up to $2.60 might be possible, and that's the final boss. Final hurdle is $2.60 for me for XRP. You start doing that. Golden for XRP, and it'll probably be the same for general crypto. Cool. That's everything. I did look at WIF yesterday. This is on my crypto alerts. That's a potential trade. Okay, I didn't take that trade. I'm still watching for that to break out. If that does, I'm taking that trade, and I'm watching for that potential 80%, 90% move up to the trapped money up here. Keep an eye out for WIF, okay? Meme coins are quite unloved at the moment, okay? Meme coin season has been and gone. You had some beautiful bullish divergence on WIF, dog WIF hat. It's tradable on the big exchanges like Binance. Watch out for that. You close above there at that 70-cent level roughly. Get out of that zone here, some trapped money here. You get out of that. That's probably, look, it's smooth sailing. Where are the buyers? Between here and here and 90% higher, where are the buyers? They don't exist. You do want to make sure, though, that it is breaking out against Bitcoin. No point. I mean, you might still get a bit of gains, but you really want a double confirmation if it breaks out against Bitcoin. And then look at that. You could double your Bitcoin in a very small amount of time. Look at that. Imagine having a Bitcoin. Imagine having 1/10 of a Bitcoin right now, and you turn that into 2/10 of a Bitcoin. 0.1 to 0.2. That's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, that is WIF. I would highly recommend watching that at least. And if you don't want to watch it, I'll watch it, and I'll let you know when it does good stuff. I don't think I want to talk about anything else to do with that. Let's go back and take quick chart requests. Let's see. The one that you were talking about. Oh, I knew I went a little bit skew-if right there. Right here. You are watching Good Morning Stackers. If you're just catching us live, the weekdaily live show dedicated to stacking, silver, satoshis, stocks, skills, friendships. I need an S. What's an S? I need to keep it all S. What's a synonym for community that starts with S? No idea. Let's see. Someone look it up for me. Yeah, platinum. You did mention something in the... Gerald mentioned something in the crypto space called XPR. I think I may have done that before. Let me take a quick look. XPR. And then I've got to go. I've got about 15 minutes left, and then I've got stuff to do. I've got an important meeting to drive to and get to. Looking forward to meeting with these lovely people, which I've met with once before. I shall not tell you who they are, and I shall not tell you the reason why. XPR. I bet this won't be it's probably not in majors. Oh yeah, oh no, XPR network. Oh, XPR network, okay. Crypto, and I'll use KuCoin. And I'll use HTX because they're kind of usually the ones that have the best historical things. Is this the right one? XPR network? That's a different price. Yeah, that's a different thing. So let's go with this one. This is KuCoin. Okay, cool. Gerald, what does XPR do? Let me go here. Let's see. XPR. What does XPR network crypto do? Let's ask Grok. When in doubt, ask Grok. Let's see. XPR network is a layer 1 proof of stake blockchain designed for blah, 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 blah. Cool. Give me one moment. I will always take advantage when I can. Let's take a look at XPR network. XPR is the ticker. It is a crypto. It's been a specific chart request by one of my amazing subscribers. Let's take a quick look at what it is, what it does, and then we'll take a quick look at the price. And I'm giving you my very first look opinion. Okay, quick look at the fundamentals, quick look at the technicals, and then go, oh, yeah, okay, whatevs. Let's find out. Here is Grok, good old Grok. The XPR network is a layer 1 proof of stake blockchain designed for fast, secure, and cost-effective transactions. Cool. Aiming to bridge traditional finance and DeFi. Cool. Here's a breakdown of its features. Okay, instant transactions with 0 gas fees. Whew, that's pretty good. Enables near instant transactions without user-paid gas fees. All right, that's good to know. On-chain identify verification. WebAssembly smart contracts, that stuff goes over my head, but that's cool. Human readable wallet names, fantastic. Cross-border payments, we understand that. Interoperability and wrapped assets, we understand what wrapped assets are. Compliance and real-world integration, good stuff. Governance and staking, great. Developer-friendly. Applications, blah, blah, blah. Yes, some sources confuse XPR with XRP, of course, but they are distinct. Yeah, really? XPR's core mission is to create a user-friendly, scalable blockchain for everyone, combining the speed and compliance of TradFi with flexibility of DeFi. Targets consumers, developers, and businesses by offering solutions for payments, digital identity, asset tokenization, yeah, well, RWA stuff, supply chain transparency, blah, blah, blah. Great, fantastic. So let's take a look at the technicals. Looks like it's been around for a while. XPR, I probably have looked at this before. I don't know why I wouldn't have. This has been around since August of 2021. I've surely looked at this before, but it's not on my chart. So let's take a look. This is XPR. I nearly did it myself. Using the KuCoin exchange priced in US dollars, and we're looking at it at 0.0038 cents. 00. Okay, so it's not even 3.8 cents. It's 1/10 below that, 1/10 the price of that. Cool. We had a move here. So we opened, we're about roughly where the thing launched at. Okay. So we had a move up to in the heady days of 2021 of about 5 cents. Then a move all the way down to basically 0.005. Cool. And since then, we've had just a recent move back up to 0.008. And here's where we are here. So I'm going to do some quick technical analysis, my amateur technical analysis. I am not a total pro. Been doing this for a long time, but still learning as we go. I'm going to check Fibonacci. I always like to start with that to see if there's just any random levels of confluence. And I'm going to take it from the major high and what seems to be the major low. Definitely looks like the low. Okay, so we're using the relative strength index here. It went for the first time into, very briefly, extremely overvalued. Didn't spend much time there. Okay, let's see. This high and this low. Do we notice any? Now, it might not be, but I find a lot of the time Fibonacci can have show a lot of convergence with support and resistance levels. Might not be the case though. Let's see, this high and this low. Okay, yeah, not so much. Not so much. Now, this particular chart might not be the full historical chart. Let me just check one more. And does that go back? April of 2020. Okay, interesting. So this is the crypto one. Okay, so this is basically the market cap of it. This probably includes when it was on maybe like DeFi before it went to one of the big exchanges like KuCoin, etc. So I actually am now going to use the crypto chart instead of the KuCoin chart. So I'm going to take it from this high and this low. May not change anything, but let's just have a quick look. Just out of interest for S&Gs, does it change much? No, actually, it does a little bit. Okay, I'll take it from this high and this low. You can see actually it does coincide exactly with the 0.5 level from this high and this low. Meh. We're so under its higher prices. So it went as high as 10 cents. Okay, that's that 5 cent level. That's where the KuCoin one starts around about there, and that's that 5 cent level. That was actually just coming back to test previous, that was coming back to test previous a Fibonacci, a key one at that 0.5 level. So we're going to take it. It's actually been high as 10 cents. Cool. Yeah, I'll get rid of that Fibonacci. It's not really huge, but I would say if we are continuing onwards and upwards, you'd be wanting to watch out here at around about 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 US cents as a major area of resistance. Why? There was some resistance here as well. Yeah, so that's that. I'll get rid of that for the moment. On the relative strength index, don't forget we've been in extremely overvalued already on the weekly time frame for XPR network. So bear that in mind. You can certainly, there's a bit of a gap between being extremely overvalued. Okay, so you can still creep up and up and up, and this can take a bit of time to get into there. So you can see higher prices. I would really favor, I'm going to favor here at that 2.5 cent level. That's going to be a big level, I think. Correct me if you believe I'm wrong, but I would be, if you were getting in here, I'd be taking some profits here. TP1 at 2.5 cents roughly. That's just me. If we do continue up, and what kind of, from here, not saying you should get in from here. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Do you think you want to take some profits at over 500% move? Yeah, I think you might. Okay. So watch out for 2.5 cents. That's a big level. In a crypto bull run in 2025 or the next one, whenever that is, do I think we would break all-time high for XPR? Not necessarily. That would be a good point to take at least a few profits. Can you do that along the way, please? But we need to battle through a few things here. So let's go a little bit lower down, a little bit smaller time frame. I'll just quickly check the largest. There's the monthly. Now look on the monthly time frame. You've got some ways to go. We're never been extremely overvalued for XPR on the monthly time frame. You would want to see this level very clearly. You break that. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so that's at about 55,856. You break that. That is a very good signal. Okay, that you would be definitely onwards and upwards to at least this area here of 2.5 cents, I would suggest. Back to the daily and... Okay, interestingly, you're about to cross a level right now. So let's go to the daily from this high and this low. And then I do have to go in about 5 minutes. We'll do some final comments. I probably don't have time for platinum mining stock request today. Maybe. I'm going to take it from this low and this high. That's a price range, Joe. This low and this high. Where again, if you're watching this for, just catch this live, we're looking at XPR network. It is a crypto Gee, what do you know? From this low and this high, the 0.618 has found decent support. Looks like that was a liquidity grab. We're back over here. So far, it is holding it at the level that we are now, okay? So I want to see, for onwards and upwards, I want to see the following. Break and hold above here, please. Right here, this high and this low. Yeah, it's got to crack through there. And the level you need to crack through, it's pretty easy to see it once you've seen me do this about 1,000,000 times before. I'll pop this on the rectangle. And here, through the box. Got to get through the box. You get through the box, looking pretty good. Right there on the 4-hour time frame for XPR network, where is the trapped money? Meaning, where have buyers been stepping in, but they may be wanting to get out at break even. Okay, so you're looking for the spikes down roughly. So you've got here, yeah, around there, that area there. See there? Oh, there's some actual. We've got to get through there actually. There's some decent buying actually here. This might actually be the first area you've got to get through. Yeah, so, and you can see it's clear resistance. So it's been butting up against it. I would say this here, okay, so here's some trapped money here at the 0.6, at the 0.236. That's at about the 0.004 area. So this trapped money here is slowly getting eaten away at the moment. So sort of at the start of April till then, we've had a bit of selling here. That's trapped money taking some profits, not like breaking even. Okay, so the buyers have come in here and the sellers have gone, oh, I got in here, but I don't know about this XPR thing. I think I'm just going to, get out at break even. So they've gotten out of break even here. They've gotten out of break even here. There's only so many sellers left. Okay, so could third time be a charm? Once you get through there, probably a smaller amount of sellers, and then you're onwards and upwards to this area here. And that's the next little area of trapped money. You've got some buyers here, some buyers here. You've got some buyers here as well. Once you get through there, it's actually pretty smooth sailing. So I'd actually say the bottom end here at 0.0048 is your main area that you need to get through, and quite probable that you have a quick move to here, and then just watch out for some sellers here. But it's pretty smooth sailing after, I'd say it's almost smooth sailing after 0.0048. Crack through there, hold as support. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking at for XPR. But yeah, watch out for resistance at 0.48. That's it. That's what I'm looking for at XPR. I don't know if it's a great crypto to be in. Not sure. Don't know anything about the developers, nothing about that, but that's what I'd be looking for. Crack there, then you'd be looking for 2.5 cents to take some profits. Definitely always hold a bag, because you never know. This could crack through. I'll show you the macro just out of interest. Go back to here and to here. Okay, you could crack through that 2.5 cent mark and it goes, okay, I want to still keep going. Always keep a bag. Even if you've made like 500% from here, keep a bag, man. Keep 10, 20% of your bag in case it just goes hog wild. All right. But take some profits at 2.5%, at 2.5 cents if you're getting in. I would say, man, you could even wait. If you want to be conservative and go, oh, I want to wait. Okay. I don't want to get in now. I'm going to wait till it cracks here. You would need to see what the relative strength index is doing. Are we in still in bullish convergence, or are we in bearish divergence? So it's not just break here and then you just start buying. Okay. But after it breaks here and there's some signals to say, oh, I can still potentially go higher, even getting in here, right? At rough here, that's okay, that's 190, 200%. Okay, that's still a pretty decent move. So you don't want to take the chance here. Okay, maybe wait for here. Cool. I will keep you updated if I can. That's going on my watch list on my crypto. Red for crypto right there. That's XPR. Final comments and we shall get out of here. Gerald Draper, I love the optimism. It will bust through that box. Next comment. I didn't think the sun would be coming out for me. It always does this towards the end. I took the curtain off. I took my wonderful light diffuser off, basically a bed sheet on the window, right in front of me, behind the screen, and now the sun's coming out. That's okay. Let's see. Oh boy, the accumulation times are getting shorter as buying pressure is not a factor. Still lots out there to be had on exchanges, though. Maybe new. Okay, cool. Good. Society? Question mark. In relation to what? I don't know what that was. Oh, okay. Nope. Don't know what that was. That's okay. Sweet, says Gerald. Thanks, Joe. Was looking for a deeper dive in the market to get more while not hurting my cost average. BTC pumping a bit. Is it still pumping as we're talking? Give me one moment. Could be. I'm not going to share the screen. I just want to have a quick look. Oh, hello. 97,300. What's my graph position doing? Oh, it's slightly up. Good. Okay, slightly up. I'm a winner. Let's see. Will the US hold interest rates? I don't know, but ASX Trader makes a very good case for over the longer term, we're going towards the old school 70s high interest rates, 10, 15%, that kind of thing. So we might see a short-term interest rate lowering, but he believes potentially, based on the current data, that higher interest rates are coming. We're going through that era, okay? Quite possibly. Oh, thank you. You asked for a word with S for community. Society. Yeah, I like that. It's not too bad. It's a little. It's the word. It's the correct word. Yeah. We stack silver. Satoshis, skills, societies. Kind of. Or we're building a society. That's kind of cool as well. It's a bit more overarching. A society is like here, and like communities are. Let me do that again. Societies are here. And communities are like under the umbrella just there. But yeah, that's probably not a bad one. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. Nope, Powell will now lower as he doesn't want the finger pointed at him for what the F is coming for hyperinflation. You could be right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. You have been watching Good Morning Stackers. Gets higher every time. With me, Joe Main, live from Melbourne, Australia on X and YouTube synchronously. Speaking of synchronously, grab your tasty beverage. We shall do the synchronized slurp. Whatever you're drinking, let's do a synchronized slurp for the last 1 minute of the show. And we also dance it out. Yeah, welcome to the gun show. That's exactly right. Welcome to the gun show. In more ways than one, Jason Ashworth and my lovely GMS subscribers, as you do know. Yeah, these are not guns yet. Not yet. These aren't guns. But I have some guns, and I'm developing more guns. Anyway, let's grab the synchronized slurp. Do the tasty beverage, synchronized slurp. We shall get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dance it out too, because you have been watching.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp.
3, 2, 1, go. Good sesh, good lighting, good times. Love your work. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, society, and see you tomorrow. Bye.